That helps if I unmute the mic. What's going on, Bulls Nation and Breeze Nation? The Bulls drop 145 to 134 in overtime. No 2-point decisions, no last second shots in this one. We got our ass kicked. You are on the post-game show for the Windy City Breeze. Here we go. All right, everybody. Disappointing Bulls loss tonight. We're going to be taking your calls right now. Number is 773-900-8097. Let's go to our first caller. How you doing?
Number is 773.
You're on.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Man, I haven't called in a while. This is Mike.
Hey, Mike.
But we lost this game for two of the main reasons we lost this game. First off, it's on Billy. This is Billy's fault. The two main reasons why we lost this game is offensive rebounds and fouls. You got one of the best rebounders in NBA history just sitting on the bench. I understand you trying to match up, but they're getting all their points in the fourth quarter and overtime from second chance opportunity, and you just got Drummond sitting on the bench. That don't make no sense to me. Like that's horrible coaching. I understand we picking up ticky-tack fouls. Donovan Mitchell, he's going crazy. That's all fine and dandy, but even the play to send it into overtime, you put Drummond in, but it's still offensive rebounds. It's basketball. It's a very simple game. If you're going to stop somebody to complete the play, all you got to do is get the rebound. And you got one of the best rebounders of all time just sitting on the bench. That's retarded. That's not, I mean, excuse me for saying retarded, but that's not smart basketball. That's not how you win the game. That's coaching. I understand, like, you know, we got to space the floor on offense, but we're getting killed on the boards consistently. Like, it's literally all their points are second chance opportunities. But that's all I got to say, man. I put that one on Billy. That was a great performance by Donovan. But at the same time, you get a rebound, they don't even go to overtime.
Right.
Rebounds before that. It's like it's a simple game. Like, I understand, you know, we got two big men, or you can't play them both at the same time if that's what y'all want to say. But if you're getting killed on the boards, put one of the greatest rebounders in the game. That's all I can say.
I agree. Hey, man, thanks for calling in, Mike. Hope you had a happy new year.
Happy New Year, y'all. Keep doing y'all thing.
All right, take care, bro. What's up, kid?
What's up, Marcus?
It's your
interesting game right there, man.
Interesting game over here. Let's get through some calls here and talk to some people before we get through some stats. Gonna go out to the 847. How you doing, caller?
What's going on? This your boy Vale. How y'all doing?
What's up, Vale?
Doing good despite this loss. Hey. Kind of an embarrassing one, even though, you know, I mean, we're used to this last second shot crap that's been going on. To lose it, it's we got our tails kicked in today.
Yeah, man. Hey, hold on. All I want to say is, in the beginning of the season, when the Cavs traded Sexton to the Jazz for Mitchell, Pat was saying that was a terrible trade, right?
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell had him heated. And kid, I do agree with you. Is that LaVine to be aggressive? He need to go get that damn ball. You right. Hey, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, lost in this is the fact that DeMar actually had 44 points tonight, but not when it counted.
The funny thing is, and I say this before, you know, it's not as if Pat was completely wrong in his assessment. Ayo should be able to hit those open shots.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's also about being very situationally aware. You see how the game is being called. You see what type of time we're on. You know, the pressure should be on those who have been assigned to rise to that occasion. That for us being DeMar and Zach. DeMar did his part. DeMar got you 40, nearly 50 points, kept you in a winning situation. Heck, we didn't even know he had 42 till we looked at it at one point.
Right.
And so now you have to look at, hey, where's my guy going to help not just make a play, but really put the pressure and be very situationally aware. What do I mean by situationally aware? What did Donovan Mitchell do to get to keep that game close? Drove and got to the line.
Yeah.
Now, occasionally he did take some whack shots, though, and I called him out on that. But for the most part, he got to the line. He got 25 free throws. Right? So at a certain point, when you see how the game is being called, the smart thing to do is get to the cup, get to the line, force that ref to sit there and call the game that they've been calling this entire time. And that's not what happened. And so I get it. Yeah, the right basketball play in certain situations was a kick out to Ayo. But the better play would have been for you to pull out, set yourself up, try to create a play for yourself, because now it's clutch time. This is what you get paid for. This is where your 215 matters.
Right.
That's different. Pat doesn't see it that way, and that's cool. But he's also a very organizational person over what a player should do, and so he just sees it from a different vantage point.
So DeMar was 16 of 32 for 44 points, 2 of 6 from 3. He will 4 of 10 for 10 points, 5 rebounds. Vooch 20 points, 13 rebounds. Zach 26 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block. We just got in foul trouble. Caruso being out of the game didn't help.
No, it didn't help. But at the same time, Caruso was also not really doing the best off defensively either. He was getting cooked.
Yeah,
he was getting cooked. I don't care what nobody said. I saw him getting cooked.
Oh yeah, he had a bunch of ankle breakers on him. Donovan Mitchell, 22 of 34, 20 of 25 from the line. That man shot 25 free throws tonight.
I appreciate you all in the chat. Please feel free to call in. I agree with some of it. I think I already said no. Zagula? Forgive me. He said when DeMar went to the hole, they didn't call it. Billy got a T as well as a result. Though that was early in the game, close to the end of the fourth quarter in overtime. They were calling those fouls.
Yeah,
they were.
When it may have been late.
You can say whatever you want to say, but let me ask you all this, Chicago fans. Did you pay Zach to sit there and be an innocent bystander, or did you pay him to actually really give you a positive impact on the game?
Yeah, you're right.
Think about it. Why did we tie ourselves to him at this point? Right. So at a certain point, you have to put the blame on him. You have to sit there and say, that's my time. Because everyone you all grew up watching, that's what it is. Donovan Mitchell, it was his time. You think Jared Allen couldn't got you some points? You think someone else on that team couldn't have got you points? No, he said it's my time. Don't play around. Don't be that guy. Don't sit there and be that guy who says, oh, well, you just make the right play and stuff like that. That's the difference between those who believe LeBron is a GOAT and who actually is. That's Michael Jordan. Why? Because rings matter. Winning matter. When it comes down to it, it matters.
Yep. All right, we got 315 area code calling in. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm going to try not to start cussing and yelling.
Thank you.
This was so wild. And I've been trying to be patient with this dude, Zach. I'm trying to take into consideration this knee thing and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this, man. He never gets foul calls. When he attacks the basket, if it's a weak team we're playing, it's like, oh, the Zach LaVine show. Then when it counts, like, who was defending him tonight that we would look at and really say, like, oh, well, he is the defensive player of the year, so, you know, this was a tough matchup tonight. This is what he does in some of the craziest situations. You should have been cooking them right now.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this was the worst officiating game I've ever seen, simply because of this reason. You're not calling it the same on both sides. like the ticky-tack stuff they're doing, and then we're getting the bumps, we're not getting. But besides that, once you see that, like, you gotta say, you gotta have a conversation with the refs. You gotta do something. Donovan Mitchell got a technical in the first half and then shot 18 free throws in the third quarter. That's because he's a savvy veteran. Why, Zach LaVine, you've been in the game long enough, bro. Why can he not get these calls from refs? And I'm talking about the bull crap calls, the ones that ain't really fouls. You know what I'm saying?
You know why? I'll tell you why.
All-star gets them.
Because he complains too much. How many times you seen Zach yelling, "Hey," or barking at the refs after a missed shot? Almost half the time. I'd say half the misses
easily
he has,
half the time.
He'll bitch at the refs.
Easily half the time he attacks the basket. Easily.
And that's why he doesn't.
And
get the calls.
my other problem, and this just could be because I like Ayo, but Ayo Dosunmu is like, has the potential to be the future. Why are we not? We gave Patrick Williams every chance, and we still give him every chance to try to prove who he's going to be. But I don't feel like they're giving Ayo a chance, like, to just like run stuff through him. They try to run through Patrick Williams. He don't even want to do it. He get a rock up.
Yeah.
Let Ayo work and develop this dude who has the potential to be your future. This is Drew Holiday 2.0.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Ayo had 2 wide open looks for 3 and missed them both.
Yeah,
know what?
And that's big. That's definitely big. But
so it's not like we're not letting him develop. We are letting him develop, and he's not taking advantage of this.
Let's also make sure that we're being very conscious of the simple fact that this is not Ayo's time. Like you mentioned, the future. This wasn't his time. This game wasn't Ayo's game.
This
like
is not
Ayo has closed games for us.
We're not. This is not. We're not. This is not Assassin's Creed here. Okay. We can't say the time. Step up, play.
You also see that differently, and that's what I respect that. But no, I don't look at him missing that shot second year in the league and sit there and say, well, he should have hit that shot. Now, if he was a savvy vet and stuff like that, I get you. But I also can understand being young in the league and why that moment could be a little too big. We've seen both sides of that.
He's hit those shots. He's hit big shots for
He's hit them before, but at the same time, name one pro that you trust down the stretch that didn't have that moment as a younger player who was iffy in those clutch time moments. Name one. I can give you highlights of Kobe Bryant airballing some clutch time shots.
Absolutely.
He took them, but it wasn't his time yet. And we all understood that it wasn't his time.
He's not ready. And I just look at him as missing. He missed them. But he also made big ones throughout his time so far.
Okay, well, I mean, it depends on how you tip the scales, right? Like, when do you have enough of the failures versus the successes?
Yeah, I think he's hit more big shots. If we look at it, I think he's hit more big shots in the clutch situations than he's missed.
Okay.
Now, granted, these are the latest 2, right?
Yeah. What have you done for me lately?
I get that, right? It's fresh. It's the fresh wound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think that the kid is, like, right now, he's the best. Well, Dragic is the best pick and roll guy we got.
Yeah, definitely.
But Ayo, aside from him, Ayo's our best pick and roll guard. He's the only one that actually in the pick and roll with Vooch will actually hit Vooch.
Yeah, too bad we don't run the pick and roll. That's our problem. We don't actually run it as a play. It just so happens to be, the fallback of Dragic. Hey, I got a lot of calls backed up, but hey, man, I want to thank you for calling in and weighing in on the Bulls' loss tonight. Thanks again.
Appreciate you calling in, bro. Thank you.
All right. Have a happy new year. Thank you. All right. We're going to go. We got a lot of calls stacked up here. Let's go out to the 773. How you doing, caller?
Not too good, man. A little mad. But I'm gonna touch on something that nobody else touches on, and I don't think y'all even touched on.
All right, give it to me.
You know, when Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are, you know, we have a big three for a reason, right? Okay, now, yeah, Zach LaVine kind of pulled a disappearing act, blah, blah, blah. DeMar DeRozan had a good game. That's true, but Billy, when you see that Jared Allen is on DeMar DeRozan primarily at the time and he's being used as their primarily defender on him, you should use that time to use DeMar DeRozan as a decoy and get the ball inside to Nikola Vucevic, you know, back when we were up by 3 or 4 points. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, because once you take Jared Allen off of Vucevic, who is guarding him? The second biggest guy next to Jared Allen is Kevin Love, and Kevin Love is not good at guarding the post. So basically, Vucevic is probably gonna have the mismatch.
I want you to do me a favor, Shay. I want you to go back and look at that game.
I would have been using Vucevic inside, especially when we were up by like 4 or 3.
Yeah,
and the last shot, I'm sorry, you have to get somebody else other than DeMar DeRozan. At that point, you really have to let Zach LaVine prove that he's a max player, because let's face it, DeMar DeRozan is either getting tired or everybody just knows that he's going to be taking that last shot. What do you think?
I want you to go back and look at that game, and I want you to look late game, late fourth, mid fourth, how Cleveland played the post. When Vooch got that rock, Vooch didn't have the same airtime to sit there and work that footwork against Allen like he had early in the game, because the calf started to collapse. That's good. That's a good adjustment by JB Bickerstaff to do so.
That takes him out of the post.
Doing 1 point at a time. So unless your first point,
unless you play Robin Lopez, there's nobody that can really defend Vooch besides Jared Allen. And when he's on DeMar DeRozan, I don't think that works out.
It's not about someone sticking him one-on-one. It's about how you have the defense collapse. If I have Vooch put the ball down on the floor, he goes into a spin, and I have another player on the other side collapsing on him. Think about this. The best way to put it to you, because I know you watched that game, look at how the Celtics held KD in check. They got physical with him. When he put the ball down on the floor, they ran another defender at him, and that got him out of sorts. That's what they started to do late game for the Cavs. So you have to look at both ends. So it's not, you can't, I don't want you to sit to get in the habit of just saying, well, he should have did that. I want you to look at it and be very situationally aware, because that's going to be the difference between you, because I know you want to start your own podcast, of being someone who has a good take and a dumb take. You have to be very situationally aware. And in that situation, it was not the right thing to go to Vooch. So them not going there was actually right.
DeMar DeRozan, everybody knows DeMar DeRozan is going to take these bad shots, especially when he's hot. Now, the way I looked at it, Jared Allen, the way I looked at it, he wasn't getting doubled by any of these Cleveland Cavalier players. The way I see it, either Zach LaVine steps up, or you really gotta use Vucevic. Think about it, as Bulls fans, we complained ever since Joakim Noah left. Oh, we need an inside presence, but we don't use them. Use one when we have them. And another thing, I do agree with you on that last play. You kind of should have had Drummond in that last play instead of Patrick Williams. You know, Patrick Williams is a good rebounder, but I mean,
he wasn't tonight.
Derrick Jones Jr. even.
Yeah. All right, Shay. Thanks, man. We're gonna get to some other callers, but hope you have a great New Year, and looking forward to your next call.
All right, peace.
All right, take care, bro. All right, let's go out to.
Hey, Marcus, I'm actually going to drop off. This game went longer than I thought it would, and I have a house full of people that just showed up. I'm going to bid adieu to you, and my man, you hold it down. You do the thing.
All right, thanks, P.Kidd. All right, caller 773. How you doing?
What's going on, Marcus? This is Baki. What's up, bro?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Man, it's a terrible game, but hey, I didn't know if you seen the report, and I got to tag you in it. So Billy just had his pressure.
Yeah.
and he basically called out Donovan Mitchell for being over the line on the game time tipping.
Yeah.
That call should have been over the line before the ball hit the rim. Because I looked back, and when he called it out, I actually rewinded to go look to see the tipping.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guarantee you, in about 2 to 3 days, that report that we always get,
that 2-minute report
that shows, the ref missed the call, they're gonna come out with this report that he was over the line.
Huh?
Like that tipping should have never counted.
Really?
Because it was a clear lane violation.
And so that would have made the difference in the game.
Say it again.
That would have made the difference in the game. You're saying?
Yeah, because it's the game time and tipping. That's a clear lane violation. You call that, it's Bulls ball with a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to find that Billy Press
that's it.
snip. Did it just happen?
Yeah, it was just on Expressive maybe like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
And I think I may have tagged you in it, but yeah, he just talked about it instantly. That was a clear lane violation. He said literally, I'm interested to see the report in the next few days.
Interesting. Oh wait, I think I got something here. No, that's Bulls box. Man, Twitter, get it together here. Come on, Bulls Twitter. Oh man.
But now, but at the same time, same token, man, the Bulls got to keep their composure. I know everybody's clowning Zach. It is what it is. He's a $200 million man. He has to make plays. We can all clown DeMar for taking shots, or Zach for not taking shots, or Ayo for missing shots. We can do all of those things, but at the end of the day, it's an overall collective effort.
They gave up more.
We have to play.
They let Donovan Mitchell become the highest scoring Bulls opponent in history. How do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You do that. You do that for not playing a 48-minute game. You do that when you don't play consistently all 4 quarters.
Yeah.
You can't.
I would burn every foul. I would get Tony Bradley off the bench to run through Donovan Mitchell if I had to keep him from cooking.
I agree. And I will say this: that third quarter, I agree with Pat when Pat was calling out, because I watched it, but I called it out in the chat. I don't know if anybody who's on the chat right now, y'all seen me call it out when Donovan Mitchell got that text in the second quarter because he was complaining about calls. I said it right then and there. Watch the momentum change.
Yeah,
Donovan is going to start getting calls after he got this text.
Sure.
And like clockwork, the third quarter kicked off, and now he's getting every call. You can't breathe on him. I agree with something else Billy said. Our guys are going to the basket, getting hit, and they're not getting the calls. But Donovan Mitchell's coming right down the court, and we're breathing on him, and he's going to the line for 2 free throws. It's now you're getting ridiculous. Now it couldn't have been more obvious. Now, like I said, we still got to play through it. We got to play through it.
Yeah,
you can't let the refs take over the game.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what Billy's full press conference is and what the rest of the team says, and I'll probably be talking about that later on this week on the Bulls podcast. So, all right, man. Well, thanks for calling in. I'm going to get to some other calls here and wrap this show up. But thanks for calling in. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks.
All right. Take care, man. All right. Let's go out to the 708. How you doing, caller?
Oh, hello. Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. How you doing?
Oh, what's up, man? I watch your guys' show all the time, man.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. So what's on your mind
and,
tonight with tonight's
no
Bulls
problem,
loss?
man. You're welcome. So I just want to get a few points off, honestly. I understand that everybody's super upset, and I was hot too, but I feel like it took a 71-point performance to beat us, an all-time performance to beat us in this game. And the reason I believe that Zach doesn't take over the way we expect him to, I think it's kind of simple. He just doesn't have a good handle. So he doesn't really have the freedom to move around the court the way a player like Donovan Mitchell or even DeMar DeRozan does.
Really? You think so? Because I thought he was actually I thought he had a pretty good handle and a pretty good set of wheels when he actually gets an open lane.
He's good when he has to make a quick herky-jerky movement, like a quick slash, a quick cut.
Mm-hmm.
But with that 215 mark on his head, I believe that the other players have been playing up on him more. That teams have been like really D'ing up on him more. And I think that kind of maybe gave him a bit of shock. He has to work on his handle next season. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. Well, also remember too, the first 20 games or so, he was kind of working his way back from that knee surgery. So he says he's full speed now, but if you're full speed, then drive to the hoop when it counts instead of dishing it off to Ayo for a stupid shot.
I do understand that. I do see that he does defer to DeMar, though. In my opinion, he does defer a lot.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it seems like he disappears from the game.
Exactly. And I think it's sometimes he gets his feelings hurt. It feels like that. I don't know if that's true. It could just be me making drama about it, but
I do think
this
that
is a game
you
of
can get
confidence.
in his head a bit, because if you've seen the shot there, the three that he took was a terrible miss. And I don't know if that's because of his legs maybe being gone in overtime or if it's the pressure getting to him, but it just hit like the side of the rim, almost missed the whole rim,
Yeah, it's terrible. All right, well, hey man, thanks for calling in, and call back anytime. I hope you had a happy new year, and look forward to your participation again. Thanks.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you. All right, let's go over to the 773. How you doing, caller?
What's up, boss? I watch the show all the time, man.
Thanks. We appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I just watched the game, man. I just had to say this. I think that first we need to fire Billy. Billy hasn't done nothing in the NBA. When he came to the NBA, he had Kevin Durant. He had a young Kevin Durant. And he had a young Wesley Westbrook with a young James Harden.
Yeah.
He never proven that he can really coach, and they lost the lead in the playoffs. So he never really was a proven coach in the NBA. And then I think DeMar DeRozan, the boys need to trade him. Toronto traded him, and what they do? They went straight to the finals. Like, I understand he's a clutch player, but he's not really a team like player. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, yes, he's a good leader, but when it comes down to it, like it was at the end of the half, he's supposed to pass the ball to Zach, and he wanted to take the shot, but he couldn't get the shot off. Like DeMar, sometimes you can't take every shot. You got to let your teammates take shots. And I know this. I think y'all was doing the broadcast, and one of your co-hosts, he said, man, I'm scared that DeMar DeRozan is going to come out and try to play hero ball. And that's exactly what happened in the second half. The Bulls ran away from their offense because DeMar DeRozan took that away from them. And then nobody is in that locker room is big enough to say nothing to him, because I think they just got a Debo. And I think that's holding Zach back. And if people can't see the relationship on the court, that Zach is distant from Billy. Like, it's a disconnection.
What gives you that impression?
People don't see that Ayo and free throws, Ayo go up to DeMar DeRozan. He doesn't do that with Zach.
Really?
Zach doesn't go up, and I look at stuff like that because that's chemistry. But people doesn't point that out. And another thing I want to say before I get off the line, folks.
Okay.
Assistant head coach on the Chicago Bulls. Look at the young one. I know you watch the games every time like I do. He's always up. He's always in the middle of the huddle, telling the Bulls the plays. The Bulls doesn't listen to Billy. The Bulls, every time Boston did it and the Nets did it, look at the Nets. Fire Billy. It's something with the coach. He's not a good coach. I think if they fire Billy and trade DeMar, I think the Bulls in season could turn around just like that.
All right.
That's all I have to say, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Hope you had a happy new year. Look forward to you calling back again sometime. Take care.
All right, you too, man.
All right. Let's go out to the 219. How you doing?
What's up, Marcus? What's up, P.Kidd? It's Jamal, man.
Hey, Jamal. Let it out for me, man. What are you feeling about this game?
This is one of those days where you have to laugh to keep from crying. I have to laugh to keep from crying. I saw one of the greatest performances I think I've ever witnessed with my own two eyes.
Yeah.
A player went out there and dropped 71 points, dished out 11 assists, and grabbed 8 rebounds. And it sucks because it came against my team.
Right.
My team. You know, I was so heated in the second half. I mean, yeah, I can blame the refs for the foul calls, and the refs were BS. doing those foul calls
shot
down the
25
stretch.
free
But the
throws
fact
tonight,
that this
man.
team,
He shot 25 free throws tonight.
He attempted 25 and hit 20 of them. Yeah. But the fact that they, bro, like, and I'm not one of these ones that just blames one player. I've never been that type of person. I'm always, you lose, you win as a team, you lose as a team. Everybody gets blamed, and I can point fingers at every single player out there in the court. But there's a couple of players who I'm going to really snap off on. Zach is my guy. I have been the biggest Zach supporter since we got him. When people was all about Louis marketing, I was the one rooting for Zach, saying that he was going to be the dude. Like, and the fact that you went out there and had, I think he scored 24 points. Like, come on, man, you see a dude going off for 50 or 60, 70 points.
Yeah, you got to
that should motivate
40,
you
50.
to say, I'm coming at you, like, and everything. But even beyond that, it's the point of like, it's one of those things of like, you know how back in the day you would see those games where a player drops like 57 points and then another team player would have 35 points and it's like the other team with 35 won because they played team basketball. I didn't see that tonight. I saw DeMar going ISO. I saw Zach doing a bit of ISO. I didn't see team basketball. And that's how you're going to beat a player that's dropping 71 points. Don't get me wrong. Donovan played a hell of a game. But you can't go mano-a-mano. You have to play team basketball, and I didn't see that at all tonight.
Yeah.
And even then, like, with Zach, like, you really have to go at it. Like, you can't just leave this all up to DeMar. And DeMar, and even my criticisms of DeMar, he gets tunnel vision. Like, yeah, you can make difficult shots, and you're good at making shots, but you really sometimes have to understand playing within the flow of the offense and making sure that your teammates get the shot too, because keeping them in the rhythm is just as important as keeping yourself in the rhythm, because that's why we couldn't make a three in overtime. That's why we couldn't make a three down the stretch, because nobody else was in rhythm except for DeMar. And Zach, you got to take over. Y'all got to get Vooch the ball. He has to get, and I'm not saying that you have to get him the ball and let him go to work in the paint, because like P.Kidd said, they were doubling in the paint. But we are inside to outside team, and we are not playing like one. And this was frustrating, man. This was incredibly frustrating, because I watched the player drop 71 points on us. Like, I could have accepted 71 and they won, and we won the game, but we lost to a player dropping 70 and who took over in overtime. Like, in overtime, he went out there. He should have been tired. He went out there in overtime, hitting every shot he took. Every shot. It wasn't even free throws at the point. He just was hitting everything. And it was like it's like we tucked our tails between our legs and was like, okay, y'all won. No.
Whatever happened
Keep fighting.
Whatever happened to, remember last year or sometime during the season when we were saying, hey, Patrick Williams can defend the hardest guy on the floor. Now, that was true with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy was an animal. He would just go after everybody. But P. Will is not that defender that you think he is. You know, I don't see him as a defensive threat at all, and I don't think any other NBA players do either.
P. Will. My problem with P. Will, and I've said this time and time again with P. Will, is you have got to understand, like, P. Will is so. I'm a big Golden State Warriors fan, and when I look at P. Will, I look at Jonathan Kuminga. Like, these are players that have a lot of talent. They're very raw, though. And the problem with P. Will is he can start off with really good shots, and then it's like they relegate him, and he relegates himself to just being a 3-and-D player. Like, no, bro. Like, really, like in the fourth quarter, when Cleveland Cavaliers had 4 fouls, and we will be able to get to the free throw line, stop shooting threes, attack the paint, like really attack the paint and everything. You got Kevin Love, and Kevin Love is 50 by NBA standards. Like, go at him and everything. Drive on him. Keep driving. Keep attacking.
I
don't care even if you sometimes don't make the shot. Attack. Like, that's the problem that I'm having with this team, is like, y'all want to stay on the perimeter and just shoot instead of really attacking the paint and everything. I know they got long guys up there and everything, and they're a good shot blocking team, but keep attacking them. Because there are times when our teams will get in foul trouble, and we don't go at their chest like, yeah, I'm going to earn it at the free throw line if y'all ain't going to make me, if I can't make the shot.
Right.
But no, and then, like I said, with Zach, come on, man, $215 million, man. I'm really rooting for Zach, and I'm not going to give up on him at all, like a lot of people might want to. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you are. If anything, that means you take that criticism more. Like, I'm really coming at your head tonight, Zach, because I'm somebody who really has faith in you. I was supposed to quit smoking today. Like, today was supposed to be my day for my last cigarette. This day got me smoking a cigarette.
Oh, bad day. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, better luck tomorrow,
I'm about to light another one. Fuck it. Forget it. like it's just, and Marcus, man, you know, this is, and this is the thing. Like, you watch these games. Pat watches these games. P.Kidd watches these games. Ringo, as much as he likes to pretend like he's not a Bulls fan, watches these games. Hayes watches these games. We all watch these games because we love this team, and that's never going to change. But that don't mean that we're not going to be up here and cuss y'all out if we don't feel like. I wish I could be in that locker room right now. I swear to God, as a fan, I wish I could walk inside that locker room right now and look at every single one of them and cuss them out. I really do. Like, I really do, and I can't. So
I have a list of where is it? Let me find this. I have a list of things that Zach says. We gotta, what does he say? We gotta play the way we're supposed to consistently. We just gotta do a better job on defense. I know what kind of player I am, making shots. They got other players there too that make some shots, you know, just doing their job like they're supposed to. We're just gonna have to do our job. That's what Zach says. That's Zach's comments. Typically, I'm not saying tonight, but I guarantee he'll say something like that tonight.
And then, like I said, this is one of those times, and this is why, like, and the thing that hurts the most is, like, if LeBron would have dropped 71 on us, I could have at least been a little bit more accepting of it because it's LeBron in Cleveland. You know, it wasn't the dude who was drafted by Cleveland. He was just traded this year by Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, this wasn't LeBron dropping 71 on us in a Cleveland uniform. This was Donovan Mitchell, who wasn't even drafted by Cleveland. He just got traded by Cleveland for Cleveland this year. And you let this man come in here and drop 71 on y'all.
You just gave Donovan Mitchell an extension. You just did that. Like, his agent right now is popping extra champagne tonight.
You gave him an extension. He just made the All-Star game. He is first team All-NBA.
Speaking of All-Star,
All-NBA,
speaking of All-Star,
you
man,
just made this man screw it for the next 5 years.
Listen to this. All-Star wise, is there any Chicago Bull that deserves to be in the All-Star game?
No, absolutely not. Not one.
Good.
Not one. I was hoping, like, you could ask Pat. I made a card into Locked On Bulls, and I said, you know, who do you think? This was before the season started. I was like, do you think we can get 3 All-Stars on the team? The way they playing now, there's not one of them. Not DeMar, not Zach, not Vooch. None of them are making the All-Star game this year. I'm not, and I really want to vote for him, but I'm having a hard time going on there to try to vote for him because it's like, y'all haven't deserved it. Y'all have not proven that y'all deserve to be an All-Star. Not one of you have proven it.
I agree.
Not one. And that hurts because I want y'all to be there. I want them to make the All-Star team. I love seeing them get that success, but y'all haven't proven it. So why should I take time and vote for y'all to be an All-Star? Prove it.
Yeah, I think you need to be in the gym, not in Utah, having fun. You know?
Absolutely.
All right,
fun
man.
can come later. Have fun in the off season. Right now, y'all need to get y'all stuff together because this is pathetic.
Yeah, I agree. Well, hey, man, I'm going to try and wrap the show up here, but thanks for calling in and chiming in. I appreciate you.
Always.
All right, take care. And we are going to go to our last caller of the night from the 920. How you doing?
What's good, Marcus? Man, horrible night to be a Bulls fan.
Well, you know, it could be
worse.
I've been it could be worse.
I will say, man, and they're not getting down to the root of the problem.
Okay, what do you think the problem is?
If you're a hooper, you got to ask, what are teams doing to beat us? Not what are we not doing? And this game tonight is completely on Billy Donovan. I'm sorry.
Okay. What's your angle? What's your perspective of that?
His lack of adjustment.
Yeah.
So you got to ask, what did he do? I mean, he did not send a double team on Donovan Mitchell until 66 points. That ball should have got out of his hands around 40, 35.
Yep, you're right. 100%.
So you have to send a double. When are you going to just send a double? He didn't do it to 66 points. And then I heard y'all talk about Zach Y'all got to see that Zach game is predicated to getting towards the rim. Teams are shrinking the floor on us because they do not respect our shooters.
Yeah, I know.
They are running a box and one zone on us and a zone. I watched 10 plays straight of Kelly Osmond not guarding anybody and playing free safety. Billy Donovan did not recognize that. So y'all got to get off Zach. The team is not built around him. Many of his corner threes that we missed tonight was ridiculous. They were just wide open.
Yeah, that's bad.
And he did not make that adjustment when he seen that a 7-footer is on DeMar. Y'all blaming Zach not getting the ball, but the sets are ran for DeMar. Coming out of the timeout, Billy is running the set for DeMar. He did not recognize that he has a 7-foot defensive player of the year candidate on him, and he ran the set for him twice to win the game. So y'all got to stop blaming Zach. And look, I'm the biggest Billy Donovan advocate. The man has not had a losing season since he started. This is his first losing season. So y'all can't just say he's a terrible coach. But with the rumors going around that him and DeMar not seeing eye to eye, you can kind of tell that he's just predicating and giving that man anything he wants to probably try to raise his value. Because our tourists and them might be looking to move him.
Maybe.
Get some for him while he's hot.
Yeah.
So you got to keep feeding him to make him look like he's that guy. But y'all got to stop blaming Zach. You got to blame the coach because 71 points and you did not send a double team until 66?
Right. I would have put Tony Bradley on him and pushed him over 5 times if I had to. I would have made him earn everyone at the line.
We probably got to go to the free agency and get some beef down there. Patrick Williams, he's long, but we have no beef to help Booch. With some beef down there, you're not getting around that. Donovan Mitchell not squeezing around some beef. I'm not saying we got to get another 7-footer, but we need somebody with some actual meat on his bone that can't get moving around because we got too many little guys. And teams are just getting in the paint, getting offensive rebounds because we got no beef. And Billy Donovan is not recognized that teams are just running a box in one zone. It's ridiculous.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for closing it out for me. I appreciate your call. And as always, your insight is super valuable for me and the fans out there.
I appreciate you, Marcus. You have a good night, man.
All right, man. Take care. All right. So that is going to wrap it up for the post-game show. I want to appreciate everybody in the chat. I want to appreciate everybody out there that called in, everybody that gave us a thumbs up. Got a lot in here tonight, and with good reason. We're all upset about the Bulls. And quite frankly, they shouldn't have lost this one. This is one, despite the 71 points, that I think that we may have had it at one point. I mean, we were up 7 with, I think, 3 minutes left. We just kind of let it go. So until next time, I want to thank everybody for watching the post-game show, and we'll be back at you for the next one. Take care, everybody. Go Bulls.